This is a big Agnes copper spur 3-person ultralight tent. We want to do more backpacking this summer and we're gonna test this out, give it a good shakedown and see if it's gonna work for us. We're actually at the beach. It's gonna be in the low 30s, so we'll be able to also test out our cold weather sleep system. Maybe this will be the tent you're looking for as well. Big Agnes actually makes a variety of different tents. This one actually is geared towards the backpacking because it's considered an ultralight. Unfortunately, this does not come with a footprint, so we had to buy that separately. Why would you want a footprint? Well, that way you could do a fast fly. It's where you just use the rain cover and the footprint, and then you can sleep basically out in the open. The actual advertised weight is 3 pounds, 14 ounces.
We did a lot of research online and this actually got a lot of good reviews. One thing it kind of got marked down on, and I don't know why, because it's an ultralight tent, but if you look at this thing, you can see through it. It's so thin, an outer sack, which actually is good because it saves weight. This is a 3-person tent. We're gonna use it for 2 people and we're gonna split the load between our packs. So we're gonna take it out and see how much weight we can actually split and how even it comes out. Inside the stake bag, we have the emergency field repair splint, which in case your pole bends, you can stick that on there. You have your guy lines, and then you have 8 mini stakes. These are the little guys. These are nice and lightweight. Let's actually see how much one of them weighs. Doesn't even register. So 2 of them are 15 grams. So it looks like each stake weighs 0.3 ounces. So these are very lightweight. Okay, let's see how much all these stake bag weighs. Looks like it is 3.7 ounces total. The tent body itself looks like it weighs 1 pound, 1.6 ounces. So that's pretty good, a 1 pound tent body. We have our poles. This guy is 1.12, so it's almost the same as the tent body. So that's a nice easy split. And let's get the rain fly weight out. And it is 1 pound, 3.9 ounces. Okay, I think we have a good split. We are going to have 1 person carry, so we'll do the footprint, the stakes in the bag, and the tent itself. Grand total weight on that, one person is gonna carry 1 pound, 11.6 ounces. And the other person will carry the rain fly and the poles, and that is 2 pounds, 4 ounces. So right about 2 pounds for each person for a shelter system. I think that's really good. If you wanted to go really ultralight, let's see how much weight we could strip out. I think we'll end up keeping this on here, but let's just see. We'll take the bag off of the poles. And we have the bag from the main tent. We have the bag from the footprint. You could use the bag, take off the bag for the stakes, but the problem is you potentially could lose stuff, so we're gonna keep that. And the grand total of how much you could save by removing the bags looks like it's 1.5 ounces. The sit pad weighs 2 ounces, so all the extra bags weigh 1.5, so in real world terms, this is 3/4 of a sit pad, so you can strip out a little weight here and there. Another potential downfall of this tent is it's pretty wide. It's pretty big. Come in and you look, it's color coded. So these match colors on the poles. So when you go to set it up, you know which side goes where. I don't know if the big side is orange. We'll get our tent body. And just like on the fly, we have our orange on one side and silver on the other. So all these poles are the entire pole system, and then this one is just the cross member that goes across the top. You can see this orange pole matches this orange thing. You can see the end of that pole is silver along matching. It's actually pretty cool. So the connection on the tent itself has what they call TipLok. They slide in and then it slides into that smaller area. So we're gonna put them in there and we'll put our fly on there. So this center pole just sits across the top here, but it has a different kind of connector. So if you can see, it's got a ball connector on the end instead of a pokey bit. And you just pop it into there. On the fly, it has matching colors, just like the footprint in the tent. on the top. We've got just one vent on the top, on this side. You just have a little rod inside there. It has this pole that spans across here. And if you look here, there's a pocket right here. And I'm guessing that's what this is for. It goes inside the pocket. Holds it in place. So you can't see the zipper there, so it's protected from the rain. There's actually a Velcro enclosure to keep it. And then halfway up, another one. Another look at these stakes. They do say Big Agnes on them. They're kind of like an I-beam, so they should be pretty strong. And they are very pointy. Let's take a look inside. So this tent is actually equipped with, just like normal, the vestibule that one unzips, but this one also unzips on this side, which pulls out to be an awning, which we can do later. But otherwise you can wrap it up here. It looks like there's another configuration you could do if you open both sides. So in the vestibule area, you've got enough room for a pack. Hopefully we'll be able to have enough extra room inside for our packs. So this copper spur has two zippers on the door, one for the top. And they seem to be pretty easy to open. And one on the bottom. And this does have a toggle as well. Definitely not the easiest process in the dark. I know some tents have a magnetic closure, which would be nice. Down here, I think this is called the gear loft. It's a big area where you can put coats and whatnot down here. For the rest of our sleep system, we went with the Nemo Tensor. These are the regular, but the wide, so they're 25-inch pads. They're the newer versions that they raise the R value up to 4.2. So should be a little bit warmer. This is kind of our luxury item. We went with the Nemo Fillo pillows, and it's an inflatable pillow. It has a chunk of like memory foam on the top, and they're covered with a nice fabric, so it actually feels like a pillow. So this being an ultralight tent, this fabric is super, super thin. So that was another reason why we went with the footprint. And if you have a knife on your side, I would suggest taking it out before you get in here. Plenty of room for shoes. So I am 6 foot tall, and sitting on my knees, I can actually, my hair is just starting to hit the top, so I can actually completely sit up in here, which is pretty nice. It'll be better for changing clothes. The inside dimensions of this tent, on the top side, it is 70 inches across. On the sides, it's 90 inches. And on the feet, it's 62 inches. So it's smaller at the end. As you can see, both our pads down there, we have a little bit of space down there. And if you look up the top here, both our pads up the top. So we've got a nice space in the middle where we actually could put our packs in here. Some tents have just the one door on the one side, but this model tent has the two doors, one on each side. The nice thing about that, you get double the storage space on the outside in the vestibule area. The Nemo Fillo pillows, they come in multiple varieties. This is the regular Fillo. They make a bigger one, and then they make a backpacking version. This one is around 9 ounces. I think the backpacking one is around 4 ounces, so it saves you a considerable weight. Although, I'm a big fan of pillows, so this should be nice. Part of this test tonight is to test out the rest of our sleep system, and it's supposed to be near freezing tonight, and we are using the Kelty 20-degree bags. This is a men's comfort rating down to 16 degrees. These are down bags. We actually happen to be vegan. We purchased these a long time ago prior to being vegan, and since we've already purchased them, we're just going to use them until they have no more life left in them. That should keep us warm tonight, but we will see, and that is going to be our test. So it cooled off once the sun went down, so we're heading to bed early. We have quite a bit of room in here. But what we didn't realize, there's these two pockets here and here. There's another pocket right here, where it's right above your head. But this is like the overhead compartment on an airplane. 2 jackets, water bottle, a bunch of junk in there. But the center area for hanging is good. And Kelly's already frozen solid, and it's not even 8 o'clock yet. So she's got all her clothes on.
But I am a very cold sleeper, so I want to be nice and toasty. Let's get toasty.
So how did the tent do last night? Tent did fine, but boy, it was cold last night.
It was cold.
I slept with gloves on. It ended up, the tent was actually covered in dew, like before we even went to bed. But you know, the one thing was awesome? My pillow. We shoved it so that it was kind of in the little hood thing of the sleeping bag. It was lovely. I really liked it. It's super wide. I didn't feel like we were ever hitting each other, so we had plenty of room. And of course, going out to pee, the only downside is that to reach the bottom of the zipper, I do hit my head on the rain fly to be able to reach down and get that. And as you can see, there's a lot of moisture. So of course, it gets my head a little bit wet. Storage-wise, this was a A+. We had easy access to our must-have items like our headlamps in the middle of the night. We didn't have any junk laying around so that we have to worry about rolling on it.
So overall, I think the tent performed really well. Pretty happy with it. The one thing we did discover is we need to work on our cold weather sleep system.
Yes.
So we got a few things to add there. But you can watch this video here. You can find us at explorecheckadventure.com.
And the links will be in the description below, and we'll see you next time.